Professor Papireddy, Chairman of the Telangana State Government Higher Education, Dr. W.G. Prasanna Kumar, Chairman Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Educational Institute, and Vice Chancellors, Professors, head of the department, who have come from different parts of the country. I am particularly happy that there are 102 representatives of state universities and also 17 central universities. That means it's one of the biggest academic gathering of the country, particularly focusing on rural education and rural development. I really feel very happy. And for your information, normally people, universities, institutions, they invite Vice President. But this is on my invitation. I told Mr. Prasanna Kumar, I want to come. I want to come. Not that he has not invited, he has invited me, but I have taken it as a mission in my life as the Vice President of the country. You are all aware I have been in public life for more than 40 years. From the school, from the college, from the university, from the legislature in the state, from the parliament, then from the upper house, being a minister of rural development, then being a minister of urban development, and also party head for some time. With all this experience, after I came to the second highest constitutional institution, I have decided that I should interact with people across the country, share my views and thoughts with them. So I have selected 5 areas. One is students and staff from various universities. Going around different universities, not only universities where I am the chancellor, but also all other universities. So far I think I have covered more than 70 universities in the last 1 year, 4 months. The other day I tried to go to Sikkim. I tried to go to Sikkim in October, went to Bagdogra, tried to fly, could not land, came back. Day before yesterday again I went to Bagdogra, took off, could not land in Sikkim because of the bad weather. I had to come. But I am sure in the next trip, third attempt, I will definitely succeed. I will also go to that university also. Weather was one reason. And also the second category is research institutes and also technology centers across the country. IITs, IIITs, IIMs, and also various research institute of CSIR, ICAR, a lot of other, right from Arunachal to Andaman to Jammu. I have been to a number of research institutes. Third one category is farmers. Agriculture is our basic culture. So I have been going around, and agriculture is feeling the stress, challenge, because agriculture is becoming unviable. So people are leaving agriculture in a big number. If that continues, that's very bad for the country. The reason being, we have 130 crore population. And food security is very important. And we can't have imported food security. You need to develop homegrown food security. Added to that, you also have new problems of hidden hunger, and also nutritional deficiency. You have protein deficiency, you have vitamin deficiency. Everyone can have a checkup and it will be D3 deficiency, B12 deficiency, this vitamin, that vitamin, all. So with all these challenges, you need to more people to be engaged even in agriculture also. And then the fourth category is the cultural bodies. Life is not simple food, clothing and shelter. You cannot be happy with food, clothing and shelter. I have the experience. People used to say, what is required? Roti, kapda or makan. Usse chalega nahi. That is okay, there are requirements. I have been in jail for 17.5 months. They used to give good food, clothes also, and comfort, no disturbance. Full time, eat, and then do whatever you want. But still people are not happy. Why? Because you want freedom. You want to move, you want to talk out, then you want to meet people, you want to engage in music, you want to engage in drama, you want to engage in art, you want to some poetry or something. That is life. We have 64 arts like that. So that gives people more happiness. So I have been engaging myself with various cultural bodies repeated across the country, meeting people, greeting people, encouraging people to promote the art of their choice. And the fifth one is I have been meeting industry bodies, FICCI, ASSOCHAM, CIA, and also various organizations, Lions Club, Rotary Club, people who are engaged in social activity, NGOs. Across the country I have been going around. And also I have been attending book release functions. Earlier I used to go out to release books, but I found a lot of inconvenience to public because Vice President moves means a big convoy, the traffic will be stopped and there will be some problem. So we construct a hall within Vice President house and all the books released and all that is being done there, so that there is no disturbance to people and also no expenditure to the people also. Because Vice President going means you have to select a big hall, and in place like Delhi or Calcutta, Mumbai, Hyderabad, getting a big hall is a little costly. That's why I suggested even Hyderabad also I am suggesting to the people, most of the programs have it in Marichanarity Institute. Not that I am favoring this institute, but this is located near my place of residence. So that I need not move around and then people, inconvenience to people, traffic will be stopped for some time because of protocol and security and all. So I have been going around and also visiting different countries as part of my responsibility as the Vice President. With all this, I am trying to learn more, understand more, and also convey to the people. Research, lab to land. That is required. Simply sitting in a closed door and then doing research, acquiring knowledge. Knowledge for what? Science for what? Research for what? Technology for what? Technology for the betterment of the life of the people. That should finally reach the land. All these innovations, which you are all now trying to evolve, they should reach people so that their life can be made more comfortable. In this aspect, I have a special liking to agriculture and rural, because basically I am also from a rural area. I am born in a village, born in an agriculture family. I used to walk 3 kilometers a day to go to school. No power. I used to come back and then read under that lantern. And also, there is no, our school did not have roof. So nights, the moon and daytime sun, they used to reside in the school. And we also used to study the same. Those days. That was the day. So I have the practical experience of life. And then, fortunately, my grandfather, though we come from a landed community, my grandfather told me anybody who calls himself as a son or a farmer must also work in the field. Simply going and doing management will not suffice. He used to tell me in Telugu, "Arey, మొగతాడు కట్టుకున్న మగవాడు అయితే పొలం గట్టు పైన కాకుండా దిగి పని చేయాలా అని. If you are a man, you must get down and then work along with others." He used to say in little rude Telugu, so that we understand that how we used to speak those days. So I have the practical knowledge of agriculture. And I used to enjoy and I used to feel proud because of that background. And living during the holidays in the village also gave me a total insight of the life of the different sections of the people in the rural areas and all. So, my dear friends, I feel somehow we missed it in our education system. Gandhiji gave 2 advices after independence. The first advice is political. I don't want to get into that. First advice he said is disband Congress. Congress was a platform of different shades of opinion, but all joined together to fight for the freedom of the country. So freedom is achieved, so disbanded. So our leaders, they disregarded Gandhi for their own reason. Second, he said, back to villages. He said, back to villages. See the foresight of Mahatma Gandhi. Because 60%, at the time 70% of the people used to live in village. So back to villages means not to go and do agriculture alone. गांव के ओर देखो, ध्यान दो, उनका समस्याओं का समाधान करो, क्योंकि उनका भी प्रगति हो. ये महात्मा गांधी का सोच था. But as usual, our people have shown their back to villages and moved towards towns. The result is now there is an urban-rural divide. There is an India, there is a Bharat. It's a reality. With all the advancement we are making, now we are becoming a powerful country. We are becoming a developed country. We are developing country and will become developed country also. Now the World Bank report, the ADB and the World Economic Forum, all these international rating agencies are saying if India moves in this speed, in the coming 10 years, 15 years, India will become the third largest economy in the world, a powerful economy. But powerful. But some area nil, other areas full, then it cannot be powerful. You see the body. If the body, everything, your foot, your feet, your legs, your chest, your hands, your head, your eyes, everything is normal and well developed, then you say a good personality. If something is lacking, you cannot say it's a good personality. So development of the village, development of the downtrodden, development of women who are 50%, development of other sections, vulnerable sections, disabled or differently abled, that is also a very vital to make country a developed country. The fruits of development must also reach all sections, particularly vulnerable sections. And in that context, rural education, rural development is very vital. This has to be understood in proper sense. Because of all the developmental activities are focused in urban area, people started moving away from rural area to urban area. So there is a massive urbanization going on in the country because education, employment, entertainment, economic upliftment and enhanced medical facilities all are in urban areas. So people start going to urban areas. That's a process. You can't find fault with them. You can't reverse also. Even if you don't like, you can't reverse also. Even I have migrated from Rural Development Ministry to Urban Development Ministry. During Vajpayee's government, I was Rural Development Minister. It was my choice. Now, till recently, I was Urban Development Minister. I asked my colleagues, मुझे ये क्यों शहरी विकास क्यों लिया समझ में नहीं आ रहा मेरा choice है तो normally. They said, sir, so that now that there is a massive urbanization going on and rural people are coming to urban areas, you are supposed to take care of those rural people who are coming to urban areas. That's why you have been doing in a lighter way. So, that being the case, what is the other way? The other way is politicians, Planning Commission, now Niti Aayog, political parties, Niti Aayog, press, that is media, and all should focus more attention on the rural area and rural life. That is the way that we have to take care of them, take care of their needs, make them also comfortable, make them also happy. Mere prosperity alone will not suffice. Like I told you, roti, kapda, makan se hi pura जीवन नहीं होगा. जैसा prosperity, you are rich, you have money, you are affluent, still you are not happy. You need other things also. So the happiness must also be provided to the rural people. You need to have transport, you need to have electricity, you need to have drinking water, you need to have sanitation, you need to have proper education, you need to have health. You need to have opportunities for the children in the rural areas. So all these things are very, very important and we have to, that's why Gandhiji said it. That's why even Dr. Abdul Kalam also gave that advice of Pura. Having all urban facilities in the rural areas also. That today morning, I was there in Dr. Abdul Kalam, third memorial lecture and also felicitating innovators in Delhi. Morning I attended that program and coincidentally I have come here today. So that is background, and Mahatma Gandhi, at that time it said that Nai Talim and also experiential learning. Nai Talim literally means new education. A Gandhian approach to basic education is a holistic one where all aspects of the individual, intellectual, physical, social and spiritual are cultivated in a curriculum. That is missing in our curriculum till recently. Let us be frank. Education is not for employment alone. Education is for enhancement of knowledge. Education is for enlightenment. Education is for empowerment. And then education also for employment. But nowadays, what we are all thinking is education means employment. And some people say, this many educated people are there. Where are the jobs? If everybody gets into job, whom they serve? So for example, let us say, out of 130 crore people, everybody gets a job. Job for what? Job to serve others. Job is, everybody is a driver, for example. Then where is the vehicle? Whose car you are going to drive? Everybody is an electrician. Everybody is a municipal officer. Everybody is a tahsildar. Everybody is tahsildar. Tahsildar for whom? You need people, Point is, education, as I told you, is one. Employment is one aspect. But to make the life more comfortable and also make the people to stand on their own, you need education. So that has to be provided. And also it must have physical dimension, it must have social dimension, it must also have spiritual dimension. That is also required now in the present atmosphere where everything, money matters more. You have a situation now, now we are living in an era of LPG, liberalization, privatization, globalization. And you have such a technology also. What is happening here is known in Washington in few minutes. What is happening in Washington is known in few minutes here. So the life is becoming very speed. And also problems and values are going down. Morals are going down. So you need equilibrium, some calmness. You need spirituality. You need spirituality. Spirituality, religion is different. Religion is different. Religion is only a way of worship. Maintaining dharma, following principles and rules of nature, respecting nature, love and live with the nature. We started misbehaving with the nature. Nature is showing its fury on us. You have tsunami, you have earthquakes, you have cyclones, you have floods, you have drought. All these things are coming because we are misbehaving with the nature. So live with the nature. I remember not long ago, during my student days, we used to have one craft class. Now no craft class at all. Because crafts are one of the main occupations of Indian people, particularly in the rural area. Now no craft class. We used to have gardening class. Gardening class, 1 hour we used to do gardening, compulsory, in the school. But no gardening class at all. You don't know the importance of trees, our children particularly. And the third one is, we used to have NCC, or Air Wing, or Navy compulsory. Now it's compulsory, is not there. And we used to have NSS also, National Social Service. That also is missing now. And we used to have play, physical training. Now there is no physical activity because schools are run in multi-storied buildings. You cannot have play in 14th floor and jump from it, 10th floor or 5th floor. Physical activity is missing. And then we used to have a moral science. Now science remains, morals have gone. And we are seeing the reality in the life. So all these things in integrated manner, in a holistic manner, must be part of your education system. See, we made a lot of advancement in business. And you are seeing what is happening. Fellows looting here, cheating here, and then going on somewhere. And then claiming that if I come back to India, there is threat to my life. You loot here and go there and criticize your country and then send a bad name. Why all this? Because ethics. Because of lack of morals. So to make people's life happy, do you mean to say that the people who run away from here, I don't want to take their names, are they happy there? in those countries. Temporarily they may be spending their money, which is ill-gotten money or hidden money, and then after some time, शाम को उनको याद आएगा उनका गांव, उनका बाकी परिवार, उनका बचपन से दोस्त और यहाँ का एटमॉस्फेयर और यहाँ का food, everything he'll be remembering and he'll be missing it. So happiness, if you have morally, ethically sound life, then you will have a real happy life. So keeping all these things in mind, we must think in terms of, and also you must understand the country. You want to become something, you must know the life of the people. Life of the people is not life in our ward, in our area, in our city, in a particular basti. No, life of all the people, by and large, broad Indian life. And if you don't know what is agriculture, then you are missing the life. Agriculture, sericulture, fishiculture, aquaculture, so many cultures within agriculture. Different crops, different seasons, different fruits. And then you have goldsmith, you have blacksmith, you have carpenter, you have dhobi, you have nai, the barber, hair cutting person. You have all these activities, and you have to see how the crops are sown, seedlings are developed, how it is cut, how it is harvested, how you keep it in a go-down. Go-downs underneath those days. Go-downs underneath. You dig and then put paddy and then again cover it. And you open it as and when you need it. The life is full of all these activities. And also what is panchayat, how they are managed, who is VDO, Village Development Officer, who is BDO, Block Development Officer, who is VRO, Village Revenue Officer, then you have a Panchayat Officer, you have a bill collector, then you have the water management fellow in the village, what is tank in the village. All these things are part of the life. You must know, tomorrow you become something and you don't know any of these things, and how do you manage? There used to be a joke, not real, in order to tell how our system is. One master told me, there is an organization called as Agriculture Prices Commission. Some people are sent by Agriculture Prices Commission to go and study the sugarcane crop and also visit and come back and then give a report. These people, they have never seen those crops. So they went and they were taken to a field. Then they have been shown sugarcane, and they have also been taken to the sugarcane that can be converted into jaggery also. So they are all jaggery molds that were all kept there in that village. So these people were taken there, and they said, "What is this?" This is a jaggery. Then how it's? So it is byproduct of sugarcane and all. So one of the members, this is a joke, not real, seems to ask him, "Oh, if these fruits are this big, then the tree must be much bigger, the sugarcane tree, because you know jaggery molds are like this, round, big. It's just a joke on our education system. It's not real. May not be real also. Yeah? And then there are also stories, you ask the modern day students that's why I was asking. Some of the answers you gave, I can understand. What is village life, visiting a village. It's not like an excursion. You're going to village and coming back. Travel में जाएगा ना, समय है कहाँ? वहाँ इधर उधर जाके थोड़ा सा जैसा politician आके थोड़ी सी बात करके चले जाते हैं ना. You have to live with the people. Then only you will understand what are the practical problems of a dhobi, of a nai, or of a goldsmith, or a blacksmith, or a potterer, how beautifully he does his work. And what are the practical problems of the people who have been alienated in society and then kept Harijan Basti, Dalit Basti, little away. People are treated as untouchables. You can't believe it, because in urban areas, there is no such thing. In the rural areas, some areas still that is there and all. Then how the women, the earlier days, the widows, how they were treated, how the change has come now. Education, what was the need for this Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, how the people think. So When there is a pregnancy, then you have medical test, and then if you know that there is going to be a girl child, then do it. All these things used to happen earlier. Slowly, changes are coming. But these changes must come faster. You cannot have a civilization which is ancient civilization and then still have this gender discrimination, caste discrimination, all these things. So we have to make people to understand the real rural life of the people. That's why you must go. So there was again another story. One boy has been given a question paper saying that explain about poverty. So the boy said, recently I have been to a village. There are no cement roads. Village is very poor. I visited to a number of houses. Some of them do not have even AC. And some people are having only one TV for the entire family. One TV. Poverty means one TV. That is his understanding, level of understanding. So, you need to have practical knowledge. How the drinking water is fetched from wells, from tanks, from a distance. But still the water is pure. Then your so-called mineral water here, you don't know, only name is mineral. Whether really inside mineral is there or not, you are not aware. Because the bottle is branded in such a way. But in the village. So this is how much physical effort they put in to grow the crops. Sanitation, what is the level of sanitation? Why people are comparatively still healthy? How they work, the hardship they face. All these things one must know in the life. Then only you will be able to face the challenges. Then only you will be able to rule the country. Then only you will be able to manage the country. Then you will be able to teach the country. So there is a need for basic rural education of the life of the people in our education system. That is what is required. I am at least happy that late P.V. Narasimha Rao ji is a very scholarly person. He had that vision and then started this institute. And he wanted to have institutes at different levels and all. Now the experience shows that it's not practical. So it's good that they have understood the reality and they are trying to coordinate with the institutes that are already there. Universities are there already. Majority of the universities are in the rural areas thanks to land cost. In India, some of the cities, the land cost is more than Washington capital cost. That's why you find real estate facing problems now and then. This life have to be studied. So I am of the strong opinion, I am trying to impress upon, you must make students to spend certain amount of their time during the course of their studies in villages. Not going in the morning and coming back in the evening like picnic. They must stay. And staying there again, there is no hotel, there is no lodge, there is no restaurant. They must be made to stay with farmers, like paying guests. And farmers will be happy to host you for 1 week or 5 days or 3 days, no problem at all. If they know that this is the purpose of their visiting. And you must be able, you must share whatever is available to them, you must also be able to live with them for some time. That makes you to understand the real life. And the agriculture, BSc, agriculture, MSc, they are research people and all, they should spend some time in the field. That should be made mandatory, not voluntary. It should be made mandatory so that you understand and you see. This is what I have been trying to impress upon. I have been going around to a number of universities to convocation. I have been stressing on this. I called the Minister for HRD and also told him, this is the way you have to move forward. And also you must have an integrated, holistic education of basics in the beginning. And also I am suggesting that basic education, primary education must be in the mother tongue, not in other languages. I am not against other languages. Everybody should be made to understand and follow and remember 4 things. 1, mother. Nobody should forget their mother. Mother includes father also, of course. Woman. Woman means W-O, Amen. Man also is there in woman. The second is motherland, the place where you were born. You should never forget it. Even if you become big and then you want to go abroad, go, learn, yearn and return. Return to serve your motherland. The country which has given you the beautiful birth, how can you forget it? And the third one is the mother tongue, the language that has come from mother's womb. Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, Malayali, Marathi, Assami, Punjabi, or Naga, Manipuri, whatever it is, Bhojpuri, Kashmiri, Dogri, whatever, Urdu even. The mother tongue, भाषा और भावना एक साथ चलता है. You will be able to articulate better your views, your ideas in your mother tongue. Mother tongue is like your eyes. Other language is like your spectacles. If you have eyesight, then you wear Ray-Ban glass, then you will have more foresight. If you don't have eyesight, even you wear Ray-Ban glass also, तो केवल जुबान काम करते, ये काम नहीं करते. So that is the importance of the mother tongue. Culture and language go together. I've been to Latin American countries recently, Guatemala, Panama, Peru. I was interacting with them as usual, and then I was asking them, what about your mother tongue, what about your language? They said, sir, we have been under Spanish rule. Spanish came, our mother tongue got vanished. They don't know their mother tongue. You'll be surprised to know that. Because the colonial rulers, whoever comes from outside, they always try to destroy your culture, your language. British also tried with the same English. English, they made a prerequisite qualification for education, for whatever, employment and all. But ours is a mighty nation, our cultural moorings are strong, we could withstand the onslaught. Though, now again the weakness is that everybody, even uneducated, illiterate parents also tell the children, Babu, say mummy, say daddy. What is this mummy, daddy, bidi, jadi, kedi? Why don't you say amma, ma? Ma comes from inside. Amma comes from inside. Mummy comes from here. Night, go back to your room, just make a trial. Understand. I am saying it with all this thing, responsibility, because the mother tongue has to be protected, has to be promoted, has to be propagated by each and one. And then learn as many languages as possible. P.V. Narasimha Rao, he was an expert in many languages. You have to learn English, Hindi, other language also. South Indian must learn North Indian language, North Indians must learn South Indian language, so that you can become an expert. And you will have more confidence, you will be having more knowledge. But basic thing is, nobody should ignore mother tongue. This is what I am suggesting to. Otherwise, you become, let us just take example. Imagine, you become a collector, you go to village, which language you will speak? You don't know local language, they don't know your language. You become Tahsildar, same. You become bank manager, same. You become a registrar, same. You become something, same. You want to become an All India politician. If you don't know the local language, you will not be able. I come from Nellore. Nellore is my native district, which is nearer to Chennai. So during our student days, there used to be anti-Hindi agitation. Anti-Hindi. Those days, any strike means enjoy. Leave the school. We all came out of school and started saying Hindi down, down, Hindi down, down. And then we got doubt among ourselves, Hindi hai kahan hamara gaam mein? Everybody started looking to the other man. Hai kahan. Hindi is not there. One boy came and said, there are two places where Hindi is there. Kahan? उन्होंने कहा एक पोस्ट ऑफिस में, डाकघर, दूसरा रेलवे स्टेशन में. So then we got it, became two batches and went to railway station, post office and put tar there in the डाकघर के ऊपर. 1993 में जब मैं बीजेपी का अखिल भारत महामंत्री बनके दिल्ली गया, तब मुझे समझ में आया तार मैंने डाकघर के ऊपर नहीं, मेरा चेहरे के ऊपर लगाया ऐसा. Because if you don't know, then you can't speak to it. You go to Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, even many of the northeastern states like Arunachal also people speak good Hindi. So that's a language spoken by more people. I am not saying learn Hindi only. No. Learn Hindi, learn English, learn as many languages as possible. That will be really useful. But the basic thing which I want to stress is that one must learn the mother tongue so that you can. And also you must see how the village schools are maintained, how the teachers are coming, what is the standard of the teachers. All these things you will be able to know only if you spend considerable time. This is what I am trying to explain you. So this should be part of educational curriculum for all of us in the coming days. This is the point I want to say. And then we must also integrate this one will integrate learning with hands-on work that thoroughly prepares and equips young people for their life in the world rather than isolating them from the real world and surrounding community. I congratulate Mahatma Gandhi National Council of Rural Education and the Department of Higher Education in the Ministry of HRD for taking up the bold initiative of promoting Gandhiji's Nai Talim on his 150th birth anniversary. Gandhiji's teachings, Gandhiji's preachings are eternal. They are relevant at the time, they are relevant now, they are relevant tomorrow also. Such is the great foresight of that great man. So we have to really adopt. I am happy to know that the Vice Chancellors, heads of department from a number of universities and representatives of the State Council for Education, Research and Training are participating in this two-day conference. This effort of reaching every state and central university to impact teacher education and working with every state Council of Education, Research and Training to impact school curriculum would definitely make a huge positive impact. Some suggestions were given. They have been noted. They have to be incorporated. You have to learn from experience. There is a saying, wise men learn from others' experience and fools try to learn from their own experience. We are all wise men here. So we must try to learn from others' experience. Enrich ourselves. That is the purpose of this interaction. That's the purpose of 7 sittings of 7 chapters you people had. And then paper was presented, then ideas were exchanged. Exchange of information, good practices, that was always helpful. It is heartening to note that the aims of this conference is complementary with those of the Government of India's contemporary endeavour of skilling Indian society at various levels through flagship programs like Skill India. The National Council of Rural Education has an important role to play in enhance access to quality education in rural areas. Its mandate is to bridge the rural-urban divide and take forward the Gandhi's ideal of Grama Swaraj. Gandhiji said, Grama Rajya ke bina Rama Rajya adhura hai. He said Rama Rajya is incomplete without Grama Raj. This is how Gandhiji told us. There is a need for reevaluating our methods of imparting education. We must bridge the rural-urban divide. This council has a great responsibility to work with various education institutions and planners to bridge this gap. The former President Dr. Kalam has said, bridging the rural-urban divide is closely linked with the mission of overcoming poverty, inequity. About 70% of the world's extremely poor live in villages and towns, and that's not complete picture. Driven by the need for education, healthcare and better income, the rural population, as I told you, is migrating. This further contributes to urban poverty. You just simply migrate, you are not going to get employment, everybody. That's why slums, that's why horrible life in certain parts of the cities also. The rural areas of the world have unharnessed resources and potential hard-working youth and traditional skills. They have to be nurtured into creating value-adding enterprise that will create an environment of empowerment. Identify the skill, the talent, the interest, and then promote the same. It's easy for him to understand. Dr. Kalam has envisioned a sustainable development system called as Pura, providing urban amenities in rural areas. This is an amalgamation of technology, people, traditions, skills, and entrepreneurial spirit aimed in achieving sustainable development that is financially viable, socially equitable, and eco-friendly. We must shape our development architecture by keeping these factors in mind to build an inclusive India. We need to have inclusive India. We often see that the gender divide, rural-urban divide coincide. We may therefore have to pay particular attention for girls' education. Women's education is a cardinal principle of Nai Talim. Education should empower the society to dispel gender stereotypes. The World Bank identifies female labor force participation in the market at 31.2% and says that a staggering 50 million young women in India neither study nor work. This is a challenge before us. Let me emphasize that our country simply cannot realize its full potential if half of the population is not able to contribute meaningfully to economic development and are not given opportunities for personal fulfillment and career growth. Gandhiji proposed Nai Talim to promote dignity of labor and social equality both in Tolstoy farm in South Africa and Sevagram in Wardha. I have been to Sevagram. It's a beautiful experiment. Gandhiji advocated the harmonious combination of the body, mind and soul for making the complete man. Achieving this harmony is indeed the essence of education. Inspired by Mahatma Gandhi's Back to Villages, Deen Dayal Upadhyay's Antyodaya, Nanaji Deshmukh's experiment in Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh border Chitrakoot of rural development, I have taken initiative to promote, get my friends together and start one trust called Swarna Bharat. They don't take money from government. They focus on farmers. They focus on women empowerment. They focus on vocational and skill development of the rural youth. 18 years. The other day, President of India, Sri Ramnath Kovind, was there in Nellore. So the idea is to work in the rural. That gives immense satisfaction. I have been central minister. I have been party president, ruling party president. And now I have become vice president. But when I go to the trust, when I spend time with those children, and I participate in the seva activities, I get immense satisfaction, more than what I deserve in being this position. That's a practical system. Reaching the unreached, funding the unfunded, training the untrained, recognizing the unrecognized. That should be the priority for all of us. Achieving this harmony is indeed the essence of education. Not only the harmonious development of different faculties, but what is equally important is the ability to live in harmony with nature. We Indians view nature as divine, which is the way one of the names of goddess is Lakshmi. The goddess of wealth is Prakriti. Lakshmi, Ashtottaram has the following sloka. Prakrutim Vikrutim Vidyam Sarva Bhuta Hita Pradham Siddhanam Vibhutim Surabhim Namami Paramatmikam. It is important to note the choice of words here like Prakriti, nature, Vikruti, diversity, Vidya, knowledge, Sarva Bhuta Hita Pradham, bestower of good things to all creatures. Shraddham, devotion and dedication, and Vibhuti, wealth. The key message which is relevant for all of us today is that nature and all its diversity shows its blessings on all equally. We have to study it and share wealth, what is bestows upon us with devotion and dedication. Share and care is the core of Indian philosophy. Share and care is the core of Indian philosophy. This is what our forefathers has given. This respect for nature and aesthetic appreciation will have to be reinforced in our education system. This ties with the Gandhiji's vision that nature provides enough for man's need, but not for his greed. That's why I say love and live with the nature. Second, nature, culture, together for a better future. We have to understand this. The sun, you see the solar now. I went to London some time back. The driver who was driving my car told me, sir, good morning. I said, okay, namaste. He said, sir, today is a sunny day, happy day. I said, is it your son's birthday? He said, no, sir, sunny day, sun is bright. I told him, poor fellow, in India, 365 days are sunny days. But we never enjoy. Now with that, we are getting now D3 deficiency, B12 deficiency, all this. Lifestyle. Nature, water, Agni, air, land, sun. We must really enjoy and we must expose to them. That should be part of our education. The children, particularly with this new lifestyle, where there is no physical activity, where there is no exposure to nature, and also food habits, all new food habits. People are now getting tempted to westernization and branding, and then some cinema actor comes on TV and says, this is good. So then you move to that junk food. Junk food is reason for many of the non-communicable diseases. We have to be careful. We have to educate our children. Food also. You have wonderful food in India, best food in the world. I've been going around the world. Wherever I go, I have started taking my own tamarind chutney, gunpowder, my own curries, and then enjoy wherever I go. Now, these are all temporary attractions. So-called junk food, burger, pizza. Frozen food is bad for health. And I want to tell the youngsters that instant food means constant disease. This has to be understood. And also you have the habit of these temptation names. They are given different names. Your children go to restaurant, chicken 65. Fellow's age is not even 25. He want to eat 65 so that he become early 65. And then names also are given, chicken Manchuria. Then you have Himalaya here. Why do you go to Manchuria, Bulgaria, Somalia, all this? I'm just saying it in a lighter vein so that our children understand it. So we must practice. Our food is time tested. What season, what food, what fruit, what vegetable. Thousands of years of our civilization has taught us this. We should educate our children on this reality of life. The education system loses relevance if it is not organically connected to a society's present and its future. It has to foster active citizenship in the world of today. Equally important is to prepare our young children to be forward-looking pacesetters in the world of tomorrow. Gandhiji believed that education should also teach children essential values, especially the value of cleanliness and personal hygiene. In his vision of Clean India that inspired Swachh Bharat mission, a Jan Andolan in massive proportions, cleanliness should become a way of life. Gandhiji went to Janaras Hindu University 116 years back. He said, sanitation is more important than political freedom. This is a statement made by Mahatma Gandhi. Sanitation is more important than political freedom. He said 116 years back. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Arogyame mahabhagyamu. We also say in our this thing. But no more we are teaching this to our children also. Swachh Bharat for Clean India. Swachh Bharat, cleanliness for your body. Cleanliness for your body. Yoga for our body. Not because of Modi. Modi ji has told us as Prime Minister, he has recommended simply because Modi said, no sir, I don't. This is for your body, Babu. Forget about Modi. He has taken initiative to educate. And then this yoga is an ancient art of mind and body coming together. Now more than 172 countries they have taken yoga. When I went to Latin America, I saw a number of places yoga, training centers. Romania, the president told me, sir, here in this central hall we did yoga. He was very happy to tell me. And yoga means yoga, some people attribute to religion. That has no religion at all. One boy told me and I asked, when I was addressing, he said, yoga is good, sir, but I have a problem. I said, what is your problem? He said, sir, yoga means Surya Namaskara. I said, what is your problem in Surya Namaskara? Surya. I said, oh, you have problem with Surya, na? Then you have Chandra Namaskara, no problem. I try to give a simple, straight solution to the younger generation. This all should become part of our life. This is not the duty of the Prime Minister or the Chief Minister Chandrasekhar Rao here. This is the duty of every individual. It is your body. It is your mind. You have to take care of it. So the children has to be motivated in that regard. The lifestyle changes and all. Morals and values could be taught through song, dance, drama, and through stories from lives of great thinkers and social reformers. More importantly, the teacher's behavior and his or her interaction with the students leaves the greatest impression on the young minds. The teachers must always keep this in mind and ensure that they serve as role models. Earlier Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, the other epics, all those things used to be discussed and told. Leaders also used quotations from that. Nowadays, many of the leaders do not know, or they are feeling shy because of politics. They have nothing to do with religion also. And also cinema, dance. Cinema earlier used to be good cinemas, morals and all. Now you know cinema, what is happening. I don't want to dwell at length on cinemas. They are partly responsible for spoiling the youth. Some of the cinemas and also TV serials. Not one TV, there are so many, even here also so many TV channels. Some people were telling me, sir, earlier there used to be only one channel. It was very good. Doordarshan, black and white Dekhna, एक ही channel होते थे. अभी now 1,000 channels. Making news, breaking news, good news, खुद news, उनका news. आज तक, कल तक, सीधी बात, उल्टी बात, कितना बात है याद रखना भी मुश्किल है. They have to make news, they have to invent news, something or other. All these things. Not that everybody is doing it, but the electronic media, of late social media. Social media, one aspect is positive, the other aspect is it's creating havoc in the society. We should really educate our children. Children have an innate curiosity to learn new things. Education should nurture and nourish the spirit of inquiry and not stifle and extinguish it. Education should also inspire qualities of compassion, internationalism, peace and tolerance. Peace is the prerequisite for progress. For a democratic society that is rooted in peace to flourish, schools and colleges must nurture values of humility, righteousness, inclusion, integrity and empathy. There is a need to reintroduce various aspects of Nai Talim schemes in education in all schools in the country. There is also a need to reorient the teachers, curriculum developers, teacher education institutions in this direction. Another emphasis that is now needed is good knowledge of mother tongue, as I told you. And I feel that we should have primary education in mother tongue. Gandhiji taught us to go to villages of India and strengthen bonds of service. This Nai Talim is designed to produce responsible, empathetic citizens. Education planning needs to be undertaken with rural Indian population in mind. Visits to village, spending time listening to agriculturists and educating them about the latest agricultural practices should be an integral part of education. A school is very much a part of the community, and the community's engagement in terms of owning and managing of school needs to be enhanced. We also have to invest significant amount of resource in training teachers to make them highly competent and responsive. We have to equip prospective teachers with the knowledge, attitude and skills they require to perform there is regular need for refreshing courses for the teachers also. Education is changing and we need to teachers who can adapt to the rapidly evolving learning and environment. My dear sisters and brothers who have come from different parts of the country, true education opens up one's mind and trains one to think critically, practically and creatively. It hones the interpersonal skills and inculcates a sense of social responsibility. It fosters empathy, kindness and humility. Education at its best makes one better, well-rounded human being. Education makes each one of us a more thinking, a more feeling person. That's the holistic perspective advocated by Gandhiji, and we must be able to integrate this perspective into our educational system. I hope the people who prepared this syllabus and the experiences, the consultation you had earlier with the different universities and also the 2-day workshop will enable you to come out with a better model of syllabus. And I hope that those engaged in the noble cause of educating young minds will succeed in molding youngsters into true assets of the world. We want peace, and this terrorism of any kind must be totally eliminated. It has no religion, it has no region. Terror has no color. Some people try to take shelter under religion and then try to attribute because of this religion, that religion and all. No religion sanctions terror. So terrorism should be eliminated. The entire world must come together and understand the pain of people who are being affected by terror and try to eliminate. That's why I've been saying from every platform that International United Nations organization should conclude the deliberations on what is the definition of terror. They have been discussing for years together. And then come out with action plan to isolate the forces of terror. Our neighbor is aiding, abetting, funding, training terrorism. This is not acceptable at all. So we should see to it that the children's young minds are also prepared towards the need for preserving peace, harmony, living together, taking care of others, and also working together, and also safeguarding the interests of the country. We may have different languages, different traditions, different dress, अलग भाषा, अलग वेश, फिर भी अपना एक देश. विविधता में एकता, भारत का विशेषता. That should be the message. And my dear friends, once again, I am very much thankful to Sri Prasanna Kumar and his team for inviting me today for this useful, constructive, meaningful interaction. And I hope in the coming days, the government at the center and the state and also academicians in the country, they give more focus to the rural education to see that at the earliest we will be able to bridge this urban-rural divide. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.